G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. Today we're on Himayama. We're not really, we're on Gorge, but I figured I'd just say that because the last game that we casted a certain someone, we actually did introduce the game as being on Gorge when we were in fact on Himayama. So anyway, there you go, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. A pleasure to have your company here today on Gorge, for real. We've got ourselves a fun little matchup. We've got ourselves some news. So let's introduce our player in the south first and start off with our news. Ladies and gentlemen, in the south of the map, in the color orange, playing as the French once again, it's Elazer. And would you believe it, that this guy is already Conqueror 3? I'm not even kidding you. He's already Conqueror 3. And I mean, look, don't get me wrong. He's a pro when it comes to StarCraft 2. But to think that this guy, in less than a week, has gone from zero to hero is incredible. Conq 3 is difficult to do. It's not an easy task, even for the pros. The fact that he's been able to do it is impressive. Now, I'm not going to go and say that, okay, maybe if you practiced enough, you could be Conqueror 3, because some people are just built diff. You got to understand that, right? Like, there's a component that's genetics, and then there's a component that is just work ethic. And I would suspect that for Elazer, it's probably a little bit of both. But anyway, let's introduce our second player for today. It's going to be Fumful Vyrik. I've absolutely butchered that name the same way he's butchering the sheep underneath his town center. Ladies and gentlemen, he's playing the Order of the Dragon in the color blue and starts us off with a spearman nice and early, a gilded spearman at that. This obviously gets scouted out by Elazer. He's doing a wonderful job of just keeping tag on it. He's got to be careful not to lose these sheep, and also got to be careful not to lose that scout. A single shot, and he's almost at half health here. Jeez, he's playing with him, isn't he? He's definitely playing with him. We've got a lot of vills go. What? Ladies and gentlemen, okay, that's going on the thumbnail. He's Conqueror 3 already? Yeah, this is a Conq 3 move. Now, normally you don't see this. Oh, this is actually so smart. Oh my, I can't actually believe what I'm seeing. You know, hey, this is what you're witnessing. It might seem weird. You might look at this and think this is silly. There's no way this is actually making sense. Look at him trying to bait. Look at him trying to bait. He gets a little bit. He buys himself a little bit of time. It's all he needs. Why is he doing this? He's doing this because he knows if the spearman comes in, he's locked out of gold. And this is the only chance he's got to actually get the gold in. So what's he going to do? He's going to delay his age. Oh my god, this is huge brain. This is giga brain right now. Look at the amount of vills that are here, still gathering up, still just looking to piece together every single bit. Even though he's got enough for the age up, he doesn't care, because there's other things that he need that require gold. Whether that's professional scouts, whether that is double broadaxe, whether that's wheelbarrow, it doesn't matter what it is. The purpose or the point that I want to emphasize is that he's looked at this. He's assessed, you know what? This is my last opportunity to get gold before I really need to invest in some units. So let's take it, let's maximize it, and let's get a whole bunch of vills out here. Super cool, interesting technique, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see how it pans out for him. What direction does he take this? Obviously, the French could look to go into professional scouts. They start off with a school of cavalry, so naturally it makes sense to go into the school of cavalry, get some scouts out because you've already got that stable. On top of that, you've got cheaper upgrades, or at least cheaper eco upgrades. So it means that you're going to be able to focus or prioritize getting out professional scouts. Age up's going to be coming through for both of these fellas at the same time. Mine work on the north and on the south side, the School of Cavalry. Now, once again, make sure you go check out Elazer over on Twitch TV. I'll leave a link in the description to where you can watch him live. He's streaming over there, I think, pretty much every single day. So go say good day from me. Let him know that I sent you over. I actually haven't spoke to the guy. Don't know who he is. Don't know how he is. I know who he is. I don't know how he is, though. But I suspect he's probably doing pretty well. If he's coming up with stuff like this, because normally you don't see that. Normally what you'd see is like a couple of sneaky vills would go over here, and because you're playing the French, you don't really mind spending 25 wood, but then there's always the risk that this gets found and that you potentially lose a villager. And we've seen players even like Beastie lose villagers early on, so it's something you need to be very cautious about with that situation. But the mining camp will go down. The mine work almost completed here for Fumful Vyrik. I hope that's not a bad word. I hope what I'm saying isn't a bad thing, because I mean it looks German to me. It's probably not even fun. It's probably fun, but we don't have that in English. How do you pronounce fun? It's like trying to pronounce khe. You know, how do you khe? What's the English translation for that? I mean, whenever I do it, it's normally like KH. Like if you want to say, I'm speaking Farsi here, so if you want to say Khudafas, you gotta, it's like you're trying to get the phlegm out of your throat. We just don't have it in English. And it's the same with German. You got these silly little letters like fun. Oh, it's fun for Malverike. Sorry. I remember doing a Civ video and I called one of the leaders, his name is Frederick, and I called him Friedrich, and people just, all the Germans went crazy. They're like, we can't believe you have done this. So I love you guys. I love you guys. By the way, you guys had an election, right? We don't want to go political or anything, but I don't know how that went. Anyway, well, let's move on. There you go. Little bit topical. Could be cursed, or it could be professional scouts. Ladies and gentlemen, it's coming in. Take a look at this. A laser does indeed open up with professional scouts. Only 2 vills on the gold back here. Once again, he's gone for it. Archery range coming through, but what's the whole idea? What's the whole mindset? The whole idea is I need to get my professional scouts, and the sooner I get it, the better. The sooner I get it, the sooner I can start denying deer from my enemy, and the less likely they're going to be able to deny deer from me. But at the same token, on the side of Funfulmar Videke, we have actually got professional scouts coming through for him as well. Interestingly, no stable though. This is one of those rare occasions with the no stable professional scouts. We do see it coming through now. 3 vills on the click as well. He's probably just got enough wood for it. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Spearman going to be coming over here. Archery range is up. Should be able to counter, or at least hold the counter for another maybe 15, 10 seconds, somewhere in that region. Spear could be doing damage. Hardened upgrade comes through. This professional scout's about to arrive. Scout out of position on the north side. He's looking for a victim, not able to find it. Speaking of victims, a laser might be the first one to fall victim to a spearman. Not going to be it. Not going to be the case today. Moves the 1 vill that's low underneath the town center. Make sure to keep it safe. Hands in the gold. I was going to say hands in the cheese. Hands in the cheese. Gets the cheese and then goes and grabs some steak. Knight now on towards that gold vein and gets the damage in. Falls back. I'm loving it so far. He's mobile. He's agile. He's feeling it. And this is exciting to see. We are witnessing the birth of a new Age of Empires pro. Now, once again, I don't know what the plan is for a laser. I don't know if he's going to start competing in tournaments. I don't know if he's coming for the crown, but you would suspect he probably is. He's competitive by nature. The fact that he is a professional in StarCraft can only mean that he desires. And oof, chill. That poor scout has no longer been given the title of professional. And neither is this one. Can we get rid of this one's professional title? Look at this guy. Where are you going, sir? Oh, he's coming down to the bottom side. Okay. I was looking at him like, what are you doing, mate? You've left all the deer behind over here, but he's probably got them all rallied out specifically. And look at this, just slowly bringing it back in. And you know, I want to shout out the devs here because it's been a while that the professional scouts change has been in. But this is one of those examples where it just makes it so much nicer, right? Elaser's got so much stuff to learn as it is. When you think about how many civs there are, how many matchups there are, all the different units, there's just so much that you've got to pull in. And just the fact that with professional scouts now, it's just as simple as doing this, and they do it all for you, right? You can select the building that you want them to bring it back to. It's so easy. And so to the developers, if you're watching, and I'm sure there's going to be some of you that are, thank you. Could we fix... Just a little bit. Can we fix the can we fix the AI? Can we fix the UI? Can we fix the caster mode, please? Please. Just okay. All right. I'll stop. Army starting to build here for a laser. We got some archers building together with the knights. I gotta say, orange is probably one of the best colors in the game. I don't know. Maybe teal's pretty good actually as well, and the purple's quite. I like. Man, all the colors are good. The blue and the red. Oh, but you want to know what I really like? There's a guy on Reddit. I'm sure he's in other places as well, but I mainly know him from Reddit. His name's Overbait, and he does the most beautiful mock-ups for Age of Empires 4 you have ever seen. Just Google, like, Reddit Overbait AoE 4, and just go to his profile and sort by thread submitted. And, oh my, you're just going to be in love, dude. It is amazing. He came up with, like, these custom colors, and he gave them all names like, like Janissary Green, just as an example. They're all like slightly off what the OG colors are, but they all look so amazing. They all look really good. But this is a thread from a long time ago. Farms coming up now for our Order of the Dragon player. Despite the fact we've had a professional scout opening, he looks to move into farms. Vill's almost certainly going to be going down. Nope, it's instead going to be the stable that gets focused out. It's one of those little things that eventually you'll get the hang of, but it can be difficult trying to find the click on those villagers. And unfortunately, unable to come through with any real result. Both players yet to actually kill a villager, despite both of them bringing down the health on a number of vills early on. 10 minutes into this game. The economies are not looking that good, not looking that fair, but you've got to remember something. First and foremost, the French have got a bonus to the speed that they create villages, and the Order of the Dragon have got a bonus to the strength of their villages. So you've got on one side super speedy production on vills, and on the other side you've got super strong vills. And these guys, keep in mind that they also take longer to produce, 23 seconds versus 17. So realistically, I'd say that this is par for the course. I would assume that both of these players, being Conqueror 3, have been training from their TC for most of the time, maybe with the exception of a laser, because keep in mind he's a Zerg main back in StarCraft. So there are going to be times. Oh, look at that! Look at that! With what? He's ousted. You forgot to build your Overlord, buddy. He's you know, it's one of those things that you. Macro is honestly really good. Have a look at this. The fact that he's still adding in more lumber camps. He's got a bit of an angle going on, though. Normally, the way I like to do is like keep it straight towards the middle. You know, you don't want it angling off towards the side. So you gotta fix it up. You know, you're probably overcorrecting a little bit too much there, bud. You know, bring it back, and a couple months you'll be fine. Let's check in over on the other side though, because we have got our German Order of the Dragon player. I can only assume he's German. Why did it? I don't know why I turned it off there. A little bit of a mistake. Anyway. Our German Order of the Dragon player, he's got the Horsemen out at the moment, and they're building up quite a decent number of units here for the Feudal Age. Double stable coming through for him as well, double racks. I'm loving this. Both players committing to 100% one specific style. And if I had to favor one, I would say the Order of the Dragon. Just simply because this is a combo that I have played many a times as the Chinese, and it is one that I love. Whenever the French player is going archers together with knights, I absolutely love going horsemen and spearmen, because all it is it's about whether or not I can catch them. And if you can catch them, you can punish them significantly, because it all comes down to whether your horsemen can get on top of these archers. And if they can get on top of these archers, your spears should be able to support them, and the archers are going to have so much trouble sorting through all of the problems that it's got in front of it. They'll try their best to block with the knights, but as long as you've got the spearmen that are right there with the horsemen, you'll be absolutely a-okay. So I think for a laser, the best thing that he can do in this situation is start adding in spears. Spears are what actually destroy this combo, because all of a sudden, once you've got spears out, then you've got spearmen that are attacking the other spears and they don't get a bonus, and then you've got horsemen that are getting countered by the spears. So they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. But take a look at what we've started to see added in now from our Order of the Dragon player. As the scout number 1 goes down, it's going to be men-at-arms that are on the way through, and he's got the Golden Cuirass upgrade. So we are starting to see quite a bit of momentum now beginning to build from both of these players. Archer's going to move forward. He's going to try and do some damage here. +1 ranged armor through. Nice little kiting as we continue backwards. He's almost given him a little bit of a gimme here. He's going to focus down each of the spears. Have a look and see how he does it. Absolutely picture perfect. Gets caught on the sacred site. Got to be cautious about that one. We're just watching these archers. The archers are looking to try and pick off the spears. They don't want to pick off the horsemen. If there's nothing left, they can 100% go for it, but the main focus should be taking out those spears. Got to be cautious about going too far, and he does the right thing. He's pulling back, making sure the spears are not fighting against his knights, and the laser's looking strong. He's looking very good in this game. The micro is absolutely on point. How's the macro doing? Let's check in and see how the macro is doing. The vill count continues to climb. Neither player losing a villager just yet. 0 versus 0. 1,300 gold in the bank at the moment. Things going well. At least going well for a laser. I think these trades have been very favorable towards him. And the most important thing is that he's thinning the spearman number. And to be honest, this matchup is more difficult for the Order of the Dragon, just simply for that fact. You typically overmake archers. In fact, you've got right here 5 + 1 damage at 6 for a total of 11. You've got 27 archers. That's more than 280 damage that you're going to be dishing here. And if we take a look at the Gilded Spearmen, they've only got 180 health. So for every one shot that you do on a spearman here, you're effectively killing 2 spearmen. And the thing is, you're always going to be able to one-shot them, and you can see just how much damage he's doing as long as he right-clicks the spear, as he's doing right here. That's exactly what you want to see. So once again, a beautiful little job. And behind the scenes, we've got a knight on the prowl. He takes the first villager kill of the game. More horsemen continue to rally towards the front. He needs to try and get onto these archers at the back. He's doing a decent job. Spearman number continues to build. Archers need to try and focus down the spears. There he goes. Another one taken out. A second one taken out. Needs to continue focusing. There's a third one. Where's the fourth one? The micro's good. He accidentally hits the men-at-arms, continuing to kite back towards his base, rallying into those reinforcements. Where are the reinforcements? Where are the reinforcements, Laser? Chuck your control group and click it up here, buddy. Click it up here. He's going to start moving into horsemen. A little bit of a panic right there. No need for a horseman. Look, he's even got he's brought the villager out. He's looking to get the daggers amongst the spears. And now the Vil really looking to clear. He's telling it attack move. Oh, that's a Vil kill right there. That's +1. It's second kill, second potential kill. Archer on the Vil on the front line. Vil on the front line trying to get another one. Will he get it? No, he doesn't. He almost got the Royal Knight. It was close. It was close. Unfortunately for Funfumar Weirik. Should we put more German onto that? There's a part of me that thinks we should put more German onto that, and there's a part that thinks we should put less onto it. We'll leave it. We'll leave it. We'll walk away from that one. Cool guys, don't look at explosions. How are we doing on age ups? Let's take a look and see. At the moment, a lot of resources in the bank for Elazer. Up to 1,200 gold at the moment. And he's gone for a little bit of a walk down towards this bottom side. Now, we do have a boar down here, so there's a world where I could picture him moving or shifting 8 Vils down over to the boar. As long as he's got tech stars, he doesn't. This could be a trap. This could be a trap. You have to watch, wait, and see. How's he doing on food? Food's not doing too bad, actually. He's got a lot of gold in the bank. And you gotta wonder sometimes, do you need that much gold? Yo, what's going on here? What's going on here? Running a little route? I think we're gonna run a little bit of a route. Let's have a look and see how quick he is to pick this up, because Elazer immediately sees it, and it gets spotted out straight away by Funfumar Weirik, and he's able to take out the first of the Vils. Second one's now gonna get picked off. Third, gonna drop down. He's done well. He's taken out 3 of the French Vils. A fourth one might get tagged here as well. Looks like it's probably gonna be going the way of the Dodo. No, it lives with just a little bit of health. And you can see just how important defense becomes. And this is one of those key things that you will learn as you grow stronger, Elazer. And I'm confident we are only witnessing you at, like, this is Super Saiyan 1 right now. Like, this is nowhere near your final form, my friend. I'm confident. But so what are some of the key decisions that he could have made in that circumstance to have stopped that? The first one that's obvious to me is that as he moved his villagers out from the starting gold and he's somewhat protecting his base with his units, he moves the Vils out to a flank where they're no longer protected by the units that are in the base. So what he could do is move the units out with them. Because realistically, you've got units that are here, but they're pretty close to the town center. If any horsemen come through, you're going to be able to shift them into the town center. So that's an easy fix. Just bring them all out over here, and it should solve that. The other way that he could have looked to have solved it is by putting a wall in. Even just a little wall across the front is going to hopefully buy you some time. Now, of course, there are circumstances where the horsemen will run around the wall, but for the most part, you should be okay. So I would have loved to have seen, 3 to 4 Vils just building this wall, and then another Vil down here just building this segment. And then at least you've got to run, the enemy's got to run around to get you, and there's a chance that they might not do that. So he's actually going to be going for the walls right now. It's one of those things, it'll take time. It'll take time. He's a Zerg player, didn't really do a lot of walling in StarCraft. It's not second nature just yet. He'll get there. Be patient with him, fellas. Be patient. Loses another Vil. And now in a little bit of trouble. He's being attacked multiple sides. Horsemen over on the left side. Meanwhile, the age up's coming through. It's going to be the Royal Institute. How instrumental will it be in this game as 18 minutes into it? It does finally come online. He cleans up the horsemen. He's lost a couple more Vils. He's down to 60 villagers now, but he's still got that Vil lead. He's done well. And we hear some deleting going on. I suspect that's the wall. Yeah, that's the wall that's being deleted. Don't worry. He'll work it out. He'll work it out. He's removed a couple more segments. But across here would look really nice, down across this angle. And it's always tough on Gorge walling off the middle. So you could probably just go for something a little bit more passive, like even across to here, just to try and keep it safe, buy you a little bit more time. And once again, you can see that we have got this Order of the Dragon player looking to try and strike behind enemy lines once again. Scout out over on the Relic. Burgrave Palace on the way through. In the north side of the map, a lot of Vils here as well. Keep in mind, this is the Order of the Dragon, Burgrave Palace, not the Holy Roman Empire, Burgrave Palace. Those are 2 different landmarks. Even though they have the same name and the same model, they do 2 different things. Horsemen once again going to be chasing away the villagers. And once again, Elazer cops an economic blow. Not only losing villagers, but his gold economy being stalled out again. And this is one of those things that, it'll come with time. With time, he will learn. He will master. Let's check in with our Order of the Dragon player as the numbers continue to build. Spears together with horsemen, a couple of men-at-arms, and there's a world where I can see a wonderful timing attack here potentially for our Order of the Dragon player. But look at this. Before we move forward, look at a double monastery coming down. That's aggressive. They chant BE aggressive, but I don't think they do it in Germany, or at least they don't do it in German. How would you say it in German? Das ist mein Hamburger! You got to get really... Sorry. Where were we? Yeah. So anyway, sorry. we're getting towards Cursed Cast. Royal Bloodlines on the way through for a laser. We've got Archer numbers starting to build. We've also got Cantled Saddles now that's going to be coming through. Keep in mind, Cantled Saddles, it's good, but it's not that good. It's giving you a little boost of damage for, I think it's 2 hits that you get. So you go from 3 to 10. And it can make the difference in fights, don't get me wrong. But definitely when you compare it to like the power of Royal Bloodlines, it is very different. Spears now looking to try and get the skewer. Not going to be having dinner tonight. The Knights now holding the front line, but the Spear's going to be able to get really decent coverage on them. Good screen at the moment by the Knights. He's trying to make sure they stay in line with those horsemen. Continuing to kite back. The micro's looking strong. He needs to focus down the Spears, though. At the moment, he's got the A move. He's a little bit flustered. He's feeling it. Need to focus, Elaser. Focus the Spearmen. The Spearmen only. Focus the Spears. Do not look at the horsemen. Continues kiting back. The Archer number has continued to fall. He's down to 11. 11 times 7. That's 77. 88. Give it an extra bonus. Another 7. 15 on each. 165 total. Spears have got 220 health. We're not one-shotting him anymore. We need a few more Archers at the front. But the Knights are going to hold for the moment. How many more Spears are in here? It looks like we've got quite a few Spears that are in, but in the end, Elaser will be able to hold against the Order of the Dragon power. We did some quick math in there, right for a second. What was his name? 2 + 2 is 4, -1, that's 3. Quick math. He'll be proud. Big Shack? Is it Big Shack? I think that's it. What an artist. Genuinely what an artist. For those who don't know, he's a comedian. And he everyday man on the block. Gosh, man. What year did that song come out? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you got to Google it right now. I think I've told you guys to Google a couple things. Google man's not hot. Man, I tell you what. Every time my wife is telling me to take off the jacket, I say, babe, man's not hot. Oh my lord, dude. I wonder, you know, there's got to be a meaning to that song that I'm just not getting. And I'm sure if I looked hard enough, I could probably find it. But on the surface, it just seems so simple. But I'm sure there's probably something more to it. But maybe it could be... maybe it could be... I don't know if you guys have seen this. This is a bit more meta, a bit more fun. There was a... There's like an AI podcast that you can get. I think it's Gemini that set it up. Basically, like you feed it in PDF documents or any documents, any source material, and it will create an AI podcast. So basically like 2 podcasters sitting there talking about the material that you've put in. So if you're studying something, you can put in all of your documents and then they will podcast and talk about the documents and about the things that are in there, the themes that are in there, and you know, the interesting things that are coming out of there. Anyway, someone decided to put in a PDF that was like 10 pages long. Nice try, nice try. Laser, well and truly aware of what is happening. They put in a document that was 10 pages long, and all of it, the only thing that it said in there was pee and poo-poo. And the AI sat there for like 10 minutes just talking about it. And I'm not even kidding you. It was amazing. It was so good. Like, they actually nailed it. They were like... in the end, they got so real. It was like... Has this just been given to us as like a test? Is that all this is? They just want to see how absurd it is and see what our reaction is? Is that why they've given it to us? And it's like... It was beautiful. Anyway, there you go. Little AI fact of the day. I don't even know. Why was I talking about that? I don't remember what led me into this, but here we are now. Knights moving across the map. Gilded Knight gonna get cleaned up. We've been keeping up with the action, don't worry. I've just been keeping your ears busy while the fighting has slowed to a crawl. We want to make sure that you guys got me talking the whole... Imagine if I didn't talk about, like, when there was no action. What would it... Do you want to try? Do you want to see what happens? Because there's going to be guys that are like, he goes off topic too much. It's like, mate, Hey. Are you here because you want to see the Knights killing the horsemen? Or are you here because you want something to watch when you're eating your dinner? Be honest. Be honest. Come on. You'll be fine. We're not learning... I mean, to be honest, we are kind of learning, though. I like that professional scouts early. That was quite nice. The fact he was able to get onto it so quickly. Whether or not he's going to be able to get quickly onto the town center or with these villagers. He's going to just throw down a keep. He says, I don't care about the horsemen. I've got a keep on my mind. And unlike Katy Perry, this girl is on... No, I'm trying... where did that segue possibly go? Unlike Katy Perry, these breasts will not be on fire. I got no idea. Anyway, we're okay. We made it. Vil count looking probably better at the moment for the Order of the Dragon player than it is for Elaser. We'll say that much. And now the unit number's starting to build. Lenchconnect is through. He could have the upgrade. Quick check, quick check, quick check. He doesn't have the upgrade. Zornhau not yet through. Needs it though, needs it. Looking to try and focus down these units. He needs to continue kiting back. You can see he's trying to deal with all of the infantry, but he's having trouble picking off the individual ones. That was my mouse. It did the thing. It did the thing from the previous videos. It happens once in a million, but when it happens, it happens. Looking to try and focus these down. He needs to pull back. Pull back. Correct call. Pull back. Focus down the lens connector. No, the golden ones. Focus down the golden ones. Don't worry about the other guys. You gotta kill the lens connector. He doesn't know. He doesn't know about the lens connector. Elaser. You gotta hit the lens connect. They'll kill everything if you don't. Go Elaser. Kite. Micro. Continue. The number of cavalry is slowly dwindling, and you can see he is yet to work the true power of the lens connector out. I tell you what, the first time he realizes and he goes, wait, they do AoE damage? He's gonna go, oh, that's why everything died. Yeah, that's why everything died, Elaser. Those Lanch Connector do not mess around. Did we have units on the left? I felt like we did. I don't see them. No, we did. We had a Gilded Knight. I knew there was a unit on the left. He makes his way back towards the keep. He stays alive. All right, hot little tip. I don't know if Elaser's watching these videos. Probably not. I suspect he's probably grinding the ladder. I don't know. Maybe somebody sent it to him. Hot little tip for you. You can chuck all of your production around the keep, and you'll get that nice little bonus reduction because you're playing as the French. One of the other things that you could do when things get a little bit more advanced is you can plan your base around that fact. So you can say, okay, well, I know I'm going to be building a keep because the keep is going to reduce the cost of my archery units, my archery range units, and my stable units. So what you'll see players do is they'll build 1, 2, 3, 4 buildings all in a row. And then they'll make sure they build them up the side. They'll build them up the other side, and then they can throw a keep down in the middle. I know it looks a little bit weird, but I'm just kind of sitting here. But I assure you, it's a thing that you can do. And you can also use keeps for defensive purposes like you're doing right now. I think this is great. Looking to secure the sacred site. Now, keep in mind, there's not a whole lot of resources down here. I feel like a more optimal keep, I mean, it depends on your risk tolerance. For me, I'd be like, okay, we're stealing this gold, because then we can get a leg up and then potentially challenge this one here. Though, to be honest, I don't think you're really in I was going to say a financial position. I don't think you're really in a military position to be able to challenge that component of it. But we'll see how it goes. 27 minutes into the game. He could be looking to set up sacred sites right here. Now, he needs to be cautious about taking a fight. Now, we know that because we know the numbers. But the Lanch Connector, yeah, see, this is the trouble about facing off against the Order of the Dragon. You look at that and you think, yeah, I can take that. I can take that. But you don't know the truth. You don't know the truth behind those numbers, behind the Lanch Connector. He's got to learn the hard way. A laser, oh, he got some big sweep right there from the Zornhau Lanch Connector. I think they're Zornhau upgraded. I gotta check again. They're still not Zornhau upgraded. I think their weapon changes when they do. He's gonna make a... Oh, no, they've moved forward into the Lens Connector! He knows! Now he knows what they do! He's like, why did everything die? Why did it all die immediately? It just got swept completely. Vil's going down over on that west side. He's taken out 22 Vils. The lasers Vil count is beginning to crumble. The units are too strong. They just won't die. He's wondering where all of his units went. Unfortunately, the Lanch Connector had breakfast today, and then they decided to have lunch and dinner, and you were every single one of those meals a laser. Unfortunately, the game is called, and a laser taps out in what was a brilliant 26-minute game. Ladies and gentlemen, go check him out. He is a rising star for Age of Empires 4, already Conqueror 3, and undoubtedly going to be Conqueror 4 very, very soon. Watch out, Beastie. Watch out, Marine Lord. He's coming for the crowns.